Hey, Paul.
Hey, Arvind, how are you?
Good, good.
Good, good. So I know we're just like 10:27. Can the meeting officially start at 10:30? Give people a chance to join in, but we'll
No
get it
problem.
at 10:30
No
sharp.
problem. Yeah,
Great.
a couple of guys. We got Tim, yeah, we got Sonia.
Yeah, I just said hi there in the chat. I don't know if they saw it yet, but yeah, I see Tim and Sonia, which is great. And I really am not going to take up any time myself,
That's
Arvind.
fine.
I'm going to pass it right to you in just a moment.
Trying to see if I can get this thing opened up even more.
Sure, sure.
You'll be able to see more people here.
Right.
You should be able to see my other screen now.
I see your shared screen. I do
Yeah.
see
Cool.
your. So I'm just learning now all these little tools.
Tools.
Yeah, yeah. I only host one or two Zoom video meetings myself, but I use it in my coaching as a guest.
If your internet is slow, which is what's happening with yours, or your computer is slow, it'll give you an echo when you talk.
Right.
With mine, it tends to go faster because I got like 100 over 100.
Okay. Are you hearing an echo from me right now?
Yep.
Yeah.
It's either that or maybe your microphone coming from the computer if you're using a laptop.
You think it's better if I plug this into
Headphones on, yeah.
Sure. Okay. Good idea. Okay. And let me know if there's any difference. I mean,
It's much better. No, it's better now. There's
better.
no echo, yeah. Because your microphone on the computer, it tends to bounce back. That's why it echoes. So,
yeah.
by the way, I think we are being recorded, just to let you know.
Okay.
So people will be able to, I'll send this Zoom meeting out to you.
Oh, great.
So that way they can also use it later on.
And will that be like a live save that they can watch anytime by just clicking the link, or okay?
And they'll be able to watch the movie. In fact, I'll put it on my YouTube because they'll be able to see it on my YouTube as well if they want.
Oh, great.
Because I have a YouTube panel.
Yeah. You can just upload it to your YouTube and then they click the link.
Right.
That's what I'm starting to do. I'm starting to do a little more onto my YouTube and just
Hey,
share.
Martin.
I haven't subscribed to BombBomb myself. Do you have BombBomb?
I wouldn't use BombBomb. It's too expensive.
It is very expensive. Well, it comes out to about $60. No, $49 a month, but you have to pay up front.
So right. Like so if you don't have the money, then it's not worth it. So
right.
This is where you'll see my YouTube filtering system and everything. All the see, it says RPR and everything else here.
Yeah.
You'll be able to see the videos.
Yeah.
So I've got Krish, I've got Martin on extra that came on. Hey, Martin.
Sorry, can you repeat that, Arvind?
I got Christy and Martin.
Okay.
He just joined also.
It is 10:31. We might as well get started.
Go for it. Do
you mind if we go ahead and get started and then?
It's up to you. We can, unless you want to wait for a minute or two more. I don't have a problem with that.
And how are you time-wise if we do give a couple?
If we go even longer, if you guys please just log back in and you'll be able to go over it. But most likely I'll try and finish it within the 40 minutes we have. So
okay.
We should be okay.
But just to know then, Arvind. Hey, Christy, how are you? Can you see us?
I can. Good morning.
Your audio's on. Good to see you. Arvind, so for my education, then you're saying that even though Zoom gives you a 40-minute session, you can log off and then log back on and continue it.
It'll kick you off and then you just need to log back in. That's it. It automatically kicks you off in 40 minutes.
Okay.
So that's the free version. The upgraded version is, I think, $12 or $19 a month. I'm trying to find a sponsor to actually take care of that.
Yeah, I've been, that's part of the announcement I wanted to make. I've been looking up the pricing on Zoom, and I included that in my last couple of emails to the office. I want everybody to get at least a free Zoom account because there's no excuse not to.
Yeah, in fact, this evening I have a Scouts trainer. He just became part of the committee and he said, can you help me with the Zoom? I said, sure. So he's got about 300 people that's going to join him on a Scouts meeting. So he's using Zoom too. Go ahead. All right, let's start it off. Yeah.
Okay, Arvind, then I'm going to ask you one last question. Can I pass it right over to Christy? I know you got to get going, but Christy, if you just have like a minute or two.
Go ahead. Yeah.
That way, because we do have a limited time frame. Okay, so Tim, Sonia, I guess you guys are on this meeting and we're looking forward to more people of course joining. I just spoke with Nancy. She's going to be on this call and I do expect more people on. So I do want to stress to everybody, if you don't already have Zoom, Arvind can tell us a little more about it. He's much more knowledgeable than I am, but there's no excuse not to have Zoom because you can get a free account. And as you may have heard us just talking about right now, you do have up to a 40-minute time limit, but Arvind shows how we can get back on, extend it longer. That's from my understanding, that's an unlimited number of viewers. And you can share the screen just like Arvind's doing.
No, it's 100 for the free. It's 100 users at a time.
Yeah, which I guess for all intents and purposes, kind of unlimited. But use this for listing presentations, you guys, and just staying in touch with your people. So I want to be sharing with you guys over the next few days an email here, an email there of things that you can talk about in a Zoom presentation. Don't make it about real estate. Make it about your desire to just check in and let people know what's going on and ask them, how are you and your family is doing? Okay, I'll take up any more time than that. Let's pass it over to Christy Rye, who will take a couple minutes or so, tell us what's new in the industry in this time, and then we'll pass it on to Arvind. So thank you here, Christy.
Okay, thanks. Good morning, everybody. So my dogs are wrestling in the background, so you may hear them. It is what it is, working from home. But so latest update in terms of title. I get a lot of people asking about the county recorder's office and closures. And they're not closing because we are essential. And congrats, you guys. We always knew you were essential because without you, we're nothing, right? So with that being said, in order to close transactions, it only makes sense. The recorder's office must be open. So they are open for business. They're not closing, just like the courts. They're not closing. They're just making subtle changes to adapt to what we're dealing with. The only change that has happened does not necessarily affect us in our area, but the Ventura County, they have cut recordings down from all day to now all your recordings must be submitted before 12 o'clock. So they're still doing recordings. I think they're just trying to limit the staff that they have on hand. So, you know, little subtleties like that, but in terms of our service area, we're golden. So any questions about that, or can I move on? I was pretty good at explaining that, huh? Yeah, we're a smart bunch. Okay, so let me tell you what's going on in our world. So I'm having cancellations, obviously. People are scared. So you're having sellers cancel, you're having buyers cancel. My advice to you realtors, only because you guys, we need you. All your ancillary services, we rely on you. No pressure. Stay in touch with those individuals. If you do have a cancellation, please stay in touch with them, because as this evolves and then we start coming out, you know, we see the light at the end of the tunnel, you know for a fact they're going to reconsider and most likely put their property back on the market or start looking again. We all know this to be true. So you want to be that person that they reach out to. So please stay in touch with those individuals. Don't give up on them. Secondly, I've had agents ask me about little specialty farms where they could get their name out there and be marketing, again, strategizing to be the first person that comes to mind when the dust does settle and we are seeing normalcy again. You want to be that agent. You know, I think one of the most touching requests for a farm that I got was for an agent that works down in Irvine, and she said, Christy, I don't want a farm of anyone other than people that have owned their home for 35 or more years. I am going to call and or door knock. These are going to be senior citizens that might be lonely. They don't have the help that they need, people looking out for them. I just want to call them and ask them if they're okay. and see if they need anything. I feel like that's what we should be doing. And I just went, wow, that's powerful. So just keep that in mind, you guys, if you want to be that agent coming from a position of service, and they'll never forget you.
Right.
Second thing that's on my agenda, what's it supposed to be the third, is defaults, notices of default. We have a moratorium for institutional lenders in terms of being able to foreclose. So everybody knows that they're going to hold off on foreclosing from now until, I don't know how, I think it's 2 months, right? And so your homeowners know that. So I have agents that are saying, well, why would I want to target NODs? There's a moratorium. And I thought, ooh, perfect. If I've heard that more than once, then I know that multiple agents are thinking that way. So that opens up opportunity again for you. These individuals, they're still going to be in default after the moratorium is lifted. And not only that, they're going to be further in default. So they're going to be more in arrears. They're going to need your help more than ever. So why not build a rapport with them now? Does that make sense? So I'm going to be talking to management about doing some Zoom training. One, of course, is going to be the NODs. And also we're going to talk about the seconds that are in default. Seconds that are in default, these loans are non-performing notes that are being purchased by investors. And these can be purchased in bulk by a servicer, or they can be purchased by your onesie twosie private lenders. These guys are buying these non-performing seconds because they want to foreclose on that note and put the property on the market. That is really why they're doing it. They're not doing it so they can buy this property and rent it out, right? They want to put the property on the market and sell it. I need to find out if those second investors who purchase these non-performing notes fall under the moratorium of an institutional lender, right? I mean, this is critical for us to know. So I do have an appointment phone call with our attorney today to get the answers, which I will get out to you. Because if they are not under that hold, then the people with seconds that are in default, they need us more than ever. Would you agree? So these are ideas where you can be, you want to be building the pipeline, not for business today, but future business. And in terms, we just have to weather the storm. So I want to open it up to questions.
Unless there's any questions now, you guys, definitely I encourage you to contact Christy. Christy, it's really amazing that you're making an effort to be here with us, because I know there's a lot of Zoom conference calls and phone calls to make. So I really appreciate you being
My
here.
pleasure. Thank you for including me, you guys.
Absolutely. I want everyone to keep in mind, and Christy's doing great things, and her team is too. If you need listing presentations made up to date,
yes,
to be presentation ready, give them your content, and they're doing fantastic things at their staff. So please reach out to Orange Coast Island, the right team.
Yeah, our marketing department is open. You need help with the entire RIDE team is open. We are all working. The only thing that we've cut back on, obviously, are the deliveries, because agents aren't asking for packages because they're not going out in the field. I had an agent ask for some flyers yesterday. He's actually going to mail out. So he's still doing the activities to keep him in front of his clients. So you need anything, you guys, give me a call. We are here to support you, and we appreciate your support. And if you want my phone number, it's 714-496-3678.
Excellent.
Okay.
All right. Thank you as always, Christy. Thank you for supporting our office and
100%.
for your tremendous, all your
guys.
professionalism.
Make it a great day. Be safe.
You too. Thank
Bye.
you. Bye-bye. Hey, Arvind, take it away, sir. Anything you need from us, let us know. Oh, Arvind, your audio's off.
Here we go. All right, I'm back.
Yeah,
I muted myself. I apologize that. Just to let you know, everybody, this is going to be recorded, and you will, if you go to YouTube, you can just type in my name and you'll be able to see the recording there as well. I'm going to send it out to Paul as well after the email, and then he'll pass it out to everybody. You'll be able to walk back and forth with this recording if it's too fast. I don't have much time because I have to let go within a certain time frame. So let's begin. I'm going to show you guys how to do templates in zip form so that it speeds up your process in writing your offers. So I'm going to log in, and I've created a couple of things, and Nancy has already provided us with I think 3 forms that needs to be required by SkySlope also and by our company. So that is also going to be included in the template that I'm going to create and show you folks. So just bear with me here. As soon as I get loaded up, and we'll be up and running here. Mm-hmm. So the biggest issue everybody has, and they forget about it, is the difference between template and transaction. They both start with a T. Template is something that you're going to actually create and have it ready so that it automatically fills everything out for you. Ronnie, for instance, in the classroom charges $25 to send it out to Philippines and have somebody out there take care of all your templates. I think you guys can do it without $25. So we're going to start with template. And I've already done a few, but I'm going to create a new one, and then we'll walk you through. So here's templates. I've got a couple of them opened up. So I have an RPA, I have a listing, I have another RPA, and I have an RPA with an investor, and I've also got a regular listing. So it's just what I've created for as I teach. So here's a new. We're going to start with new. You already should know about this. When you do a new, you say a new purchase agreement. That's what we're going to start with. I'm going to open up. To label it, the best way to remember how to label it is create an RPA and then date it. So 2020. I'm going to just say new for this reason because I can delete it. Residential. And make sure you have automatically applied this template to purchase and or residential new transaction. That is far faster to get your process going. So use that. And it will open up the dialog box and the entire folder. Once it's opened up, go to your forms up here. And the first thing you want to select, no matter what you do, please, please, please select cover sheet. Because that cover sheet is going to be much more important than anything else. You have a residential purchase agreement. That's what you want to select. If you notice, it highlights whatever you've inputted, it's going to put it in. The other thing that I always highly recommend, and this is also coming from corporate, Dennis always tells us about this, so use a buyer agreement. So buyer representative agreement, use that. And when you go out, I don't have it on here, but I'm going to actually flip over quickly just to show you, because I was playing with it. It's a broker alert, the new client advisory regarding COVID, and also client advisory. And then by single line, actually single, I'm trying to figure out, say sight unseen advisory. So I do apologize. This is what Nancy sent you guys out with the email. So make sure you go and pick it up.
And so all 3 of those forms are.
All 3 of those forms should be in it. So I'm going to open up the RPA 2020 new. And I'm going to open up the cover sheet. The first thing you want to open up, the first thing I notice a lot of people just leave it like this. They don't realize if you're blind like me, go up here full screen. And boom, it just enlarges it for you, so it's easier and faster to read. If you're working with buyers, click on the boxes. Those are the first things you want to check. Leave everything else blank, nothing else here. Now, this is where I get a lot of people complaining, but I just put 10 o'clock because people are working. If they come at 5, 6, 7 o'clock, they come home, eat, sit back, relax a little bit, and then will attack your offers. So give them a little bit extra time. A lot of people say, well, I don't give them more than 3 days and 5 o'clock, and I'm going to cut them off. Give them a little extra time. You want to win the offer, give them extra time. Cost you guys nothing. Residential, click on that. And then put your broker information in here. So that way you get everything filled out. So I'm not going to put the address. I'm going to put it in. That's right. I have the broker ID is here, and then put your ID. Make sure you just put all those things in, put your information, city, Mr. Long Beach, need to find it. There's Long Beach, California should be just a drop-down menus. So you all know these things. I'm just gonna go through it a little bit faster so that way we can get everything done for you right now. Put your cell phone because that's where everybody's gonna try and reach out to you. Don't put the office number because that's not gonna work. Seller's side, leave that blank because it's gonna fill in automatically. I'm gonna show you how to handle that. Other than that, if you have a conventional loan or anything like that, you can actually apply it if you have a lender. I say, for instance, I had movement mortgage. But you can use whoever you are using, make sure that you use them. Just work with them. Appraisal title, you leave that alone. Disclosure, change that to my best NHD. And your home warranty, choose who your home warranty is. So if it's all Republic or Orange Coast title, then apply Orange Coast title or whatever it is available. So just apply it and off you go. This is all done now. That was the shortest and fastest way to do it. I'm gonna go and save it. And then we're gonna go back. By the way, Paul, for the next meeting, I'll show you how to find NODs. So if the guys are ready for that, I'll show you how to find NODs.
Absolutely. April 28th, I believe we're looking forward to having you speak again like this.
But if you want to do it before that,
yeah,
we can even do that. It's just up to you guys.
Okay. If you want to do something like that, I'll speak with Nancy.
So here's the first place I want you to do is fill in the buyer side of it. Just click on a few other items. Everything will be filled out with your information. Don't put in the date prepared, leave that out. I always put 30 days here as a default. You can change this. This is just a template we're creating, guys. Also make sure you choose those boxes, it fills it out. Now in my case, I purposely do is I use the first loan, and if it's not a cash, I'll put 5% here at default and 1% here. So what you're trying to say is your rate for your client should not, the loan shall be fixed not to exceed 5%. You can even do it 4% now since the loan rates are lower. And make sure that your lender doesn't charge more than 1% because that's what you want to protect your buyers. Sometimes the lenders will say, take this out. I wouldn't do that because you need to control how you handle your buyer's offer. Somebody's talking here. Go ahead. So what were you saying?
Back my phone up.
I'm sorry?
Martin, go ahead.
You're saying something?
Martin?
No, I'm sorry that I made a mistake. No.
That's okay. All right. That's okay. All right. So put 4 and 1. You guys can figure out how much you guys want to put in here. That's all your choices. Over here, make sure you put the sellers and environmental. My best value is coming from the cover sheet. The second one you want to put over here is termite report provided by. So licensed and bonded contractor. A lot of people argue about it. Says, why can't I ask for the whole thing to be done? Some lenders don't like that. So keep that out of the equation. Just ask for the certification, guys. All right. So that's done. Now I'm going to go over to is seller shall pay for smoke and alarm. And then this is pretty important, especially in Long Beach. Seller shall pay for the compliance of mandatory government inspections, because a lot of the property, especially the craftsman style homes and that, are on pedestals or little cement stuffs. Those posts have been created for a reason. Those are now starting to dissolve. If you go and touch some of them, the sand will come apart because the cement is gone. It's all rusted out. Keep that in mind, especially in Long Beach. C1A, seller and buyer shall pay for that. All you need to do is drop down, make sure, don't say 50-50, each to pay their own share. This is a better way of doing it because it comes from a legal a party that I've known, and they've told us how, this is how to write it. Next one is seller shall pay owner's insurance, and choose your insurance company. You can always say let it be seller chooses their own. And then the next one you want to do is city and county. Apply that. HOA on that is, it depends on the property, only then apply that. Other than that, leave it alone. If your property is less than 2,000 square foot, most warranty companies will have it less. I would just put 575. If it's more, double check it with your home warranty guys and figure out from there. Other than that, I would always put upgraded, because home warranty from First American is usually an upgraded version. Orange Coast, we can put Orange Coast in here. It's your choice. This is home warranty, not title. Title is the one that will be Orange Coast. Sorry, my mistake. That's it, guys. We are done with RPA. And I'm going to quickly show you how this thing applies when you write an offer. This is already filled out, 99% of it, but all you need to do is put in location. Just put in Los Angeles, Orange County, and Inland if you want, and just fill that out. I'm going to leave this alone right now because I know we're going to be running out of time. I don't want to spend too much time here, but you guys can fill that out. I'm going to leave everything out. I'm going to go back out here, and I'm going to go to writing an offer. So when you're writing an offer, we always need to find a listing that we're going to work with. And let me see here. So here's a property that I'm going to write an offer on. Remember to keep in mind about the address, your PWR or the ID, listing ID, and everybody wants only one thing to remember is this part here, right? Commissions. I'm joking, guys. All right, so I'm going to copy. I'll go back to, and we're going to go to transactions. I'm going to create a new transactions here. So here we go. Open up new purchase agreement. And this is where people always get, so what do I put in here? So all you put in is the address. It drops down, it will remove the city. Perfect, say residential. Now I need to go back and get the PWR or PW ID. You're done. Everybody remember 2.5.
Right.
Click on the MLS. So I do apologize. I should have said click on the MLS here. And this is where the magic happens. Put your information in here. If you guys don't know how to do it, just call me and I'll show you guys. Include property pictures, find, and this will all get filled out automatically coming from the MLS. There you go. So there's the picture. There's all the information. Just say use. And then when you go down here, you need to find in the template your new template, and then boom. It automates everything for you guys. You guys have way little time from now to the close of sending out for signatures and everything. This will take you at least less than 5 minutes to take care of it, depending on how technical you want to be. There's the way the, whoops. RPR is doing a lot of new stuff. This is the new look to RPR. So by the way, you can make some changes here too if you want. So personally, on the commission side, I would put 2.5 here. And it was I was wondering how much was it? Anybody remember the price? 624. So the price of the property is 624. If you're going down here, and purchase price, here we go. So depending on how much you want to spend on this, I'm going to put 630. You guys will know in a minute why. Today's date. Offer expiration is from 3 days from now, 1, 2, 3. That's on the 3rd. Or you can do the 4th. It's all up to you guys. Total finance, I'll say about 300,000. Deposit can be, I'll put 35,000. And then anything else, just let it be. Buyer's commission is 2.5. And it automatically fills this in. If you have somebody else you are working with, another agent, you can put their information here and it will do the splits and everything for you guys. So all this is done pretty good, fast. Parties, just figure out parties who you want to work with. My party, I'm going to use buyer number 1. And I'm going to get Mr. Buyer number 1, and there's the guy. So I always use big bucks, that's why I'm spending 630. Remember it was 624, that's a joke I was trying to tell you guys. All right, so big bucks like to spend money and get the properties, so we are done. And there's all the different, it has brought in a little bit more than I expected, but once you have these items already filled out, you won't have to worry about it. It's brought in more because I've filtered it out differently. So here we go on the cover sheet. Here's Mr. Big Bucks already set up. There's all the information coming from the MLS, 630, putting $35,000 deposit, seller's choice of escrow, Berkshire Hathaway, and Remax Tiffany. All her information is already filled out. If she's a broker, then it will come in. We've got about 10 minutes. I'm going to get this thing done in a few minutes here right now. So I'm going to go back. RPA, I'm going to open up that and fill a few things out here if need that I need. So if you notice, everything is checked. Prepared date is today. 30 days, you can leave that. You can do 25. It's up to you. Make sure you check the seller's box, and that's done. It's got 35 here. We've got 595. We're going to get a loan for 300,000 if I was correct. So there's 300,000 here. And it will automatically adjust the price. So the client needs to bring in 295 plus 35 will be wired to escrow, and you're done. There's nothing else for me to worry about. I'll need to remove this because this is for an inspection part of it. Actually, this was investors, my mistake. I apologize for that. Everything else is filled out. We are done, guys. Boom, save it, go back, and send it out for signatures. We are done. And off you go. You're done next to the signature part, and you just fill things out. Any question, folks? Everybody's too
amazing
quiet.
how that can really make your life much simpler, right, Arvin, and your business much simpler.
If you're writing offers for, like I write offers for investors, I have an investors package already filled out. So he's going to write the same thing over and over and over. So I just have to fill in a property address, how much, and he does it in 15 days. He says, I want everything done in cash. That's why you saw some of the things that was pre-filled already. I just remove that and boom, send it out for signatures. Within about 5 minutes, he'll send it back, he or she, depending on which investor I send it out to. They'll send it back to me, and I've already got the document signed by the investors. So if I walk around in, because I can walk around, I don't have to drive anymore. I just use Google to drive around. and I can drive around anywhere in the city just using my little man here. And I can look for property, found the right address on this particular property. Actually, I found to write an offer on this particular property, then I can write it. I can look around and I say, well, not that one. So I just need to go out here, find this property. That's the property I need to write an offer on. And there's the address. Up here, I just take the address and boom, I just write it out for my investor. Investor gets the property information. He does his or her information. They look at the calculations and boom, send it back and say, all right, we'll give so much an offer. I can find bad properties for my investor. I don't have to drive around. I can just look around like this and say, well, this is a property I can work on. And oh, this one's done a few little bit of upgrades, but that's okay. I can still write an offer on it. So there's a lot of things you guys can do without having to drive outside or run around door knocking. You can door knock by using your Google map. Any questions, guys?
Arvin, would you say it's safe to say that not just this coronavirus, but we're probably getting our industry changed maybe forever with not only Zoom, but using Google Maps, like you said?
Well, I've been using Google Maps for the last 2 years.
Yeah.
So that's how I find properties. I don't drive around anymore. My car's got about 200 some odd thousand miles on it, but that's not the issue. I spend most of my time on the computer. I've got 2 screens. I can play around with it pretty fast. And I do this from here. All my listings and everything, I can do it from here. I don't have to go anywhere. And then I can just do, if I need to show a client, and if you guys want to do a listing presentation, you guys can do it from here and say, look, I have an offer, and here's an offer. Just click on your offer and show it to the clients, because you guys are seeing everything that I am seeing, and boom, it says, by the way, you'll sign here, and I have my cursor. If you do a control, I can do this control here. So if you guys need help with this type of system also, I can walk you through. And all you need to do is show the clients is, look, this was offered on this date. They're offering $630,000. They're putting $35,000 deposit, and they're going to have a loan of $300,000. Boom, I'm done. Listing presentation is over in that sense. Yeah. So your listing presentation is usually on a PDF or whatever. You guys can present it and put it up here as well. It's pretty easy because all my files, give me a second here. See, Berkshire Hathaway and everything else, all my files are set up here. I can get all the files opened up as I wish, and boom. So if I want to do a listing presentation, so just open up a PowerPoint. Your success is what I've written up for some people that I teach also. And I can actually go through from here and just present my perfection will never happen, too much distraction, stay out of process. I'm just doing the same thing to you guys. You can do this to the listing people as well. So that's it. Any questions, let me know, or you guys can always send me an email and then I'll take it out from there.
Mm-hmm.
And that we are done. This will be recorded. It's already recorded, so I'll post it later on my website. This is my YouTube channel that you guys can pick it up, and I'll send the copy out to Paul as well.
Hey, Arvind, you just pulled up the YouTube channel. Do you mind taking a quick second, just tell people how they can set up a YouTube channel? And because I put out in our recent emails, we send email little videos of ourselves, and you and I were just talking about BombBomb is great. It's an embedded video in the email, but it's very expensive. Expensive upfront. It's like $49.
You got to have a Gmail account. In order for you to have a YouTube account, have a Gmail account. Have a Gmail account, everything falls into place because